video of his stream thing.
That's alright. So, welcome.
I feel embarrassed now because we're going to be snotty.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I promise. I get maybe 1 or 2 viewers, and they're normally people from the Discord server, so you're fine.
Okay, alrighty.
So, welcome everyone. I hope we are all doing fantabulo-dozy. That's what I was waiting for. I am your host for this evening, and your GM, players. I am the captain and the ruler of these realms. So, in the dark, bleak world of Villiarius, where isolationism prevails, life is a constant struggle, and monsters roam the land. People cower behind the safety of their village, rarely daring to venture beyond. The formation of cities is a rarity. Towns and villages serve as the largest settlements. Trade is difficult and dangerous, resulting in exorbitant prices for goods. The people of Villiarius survive off the land, relying on their resourcefulness. Magic, a rare talent, is met with suspicion and prejudice. Throughout history, only a handful of notable spellcasters have emerged, further fueling the fear of the unknown. The gods have long been forgotten, their existence doubted by the populace. Evidence of their presence lingers only in the magic of clerics and the strength of paladins. Even they are uncertain about the source of their power, questioning whether the gods have truly abandoned the world, or if they never existed in the first place. The wilds, a silent and deadly realm, conceals its inhabitants from monstrous predators. Creatures have learned to keep themselves hidden, ensuring their survival. The military forces of the various countries exist, but are thinly spread across the land, primarily focusing on safeguarding citizens during their travels or protecting significant structures, relics, or rulers. The guards are constantly busy and often exhausted. Within this world, several kingdoms emerge, each with its own distinct characteristics. Terilia, a relatively small kingdom divided by the treacherous wilds of Saviga. Amagri. The people of Amagri believe themselves safe within the protective embrace of tall mountains. However, an unforeseen menace descended upon them from the peaks, now known as Dread Peak. The populace of Amagri live in constant fear, akin to pigs trapped in a pen for the slaughter. Gallo, known for its vast internal wealth, the Gallo kingdom rests atop rich gold mines. Despite the mines falling silent long ago, Gallo still retains its prosperity. The kingdom of Yavara is relatively desolate, but densely populated. One should not be deceived by the appearance of civilization, for danger lurks here as fiercely as it does in the wilds. Lastly, we have Astucia. The kingdom of Astucia is a dark and treacherous land inhabited by thieves, robbers, and murderers. Trust is a rare commodity, and even trade is conducted cautiously, only with those considered worthy. However, an insidious curse plagues Villiarius, sowing despair and madness. Any attempt to heal through supernatural means results in the healer turning against their patient. The curse starts subtly, gradually driving its victims into complete insanity until they meet their demise. Consequently, skilled medics are more valued by the people of Villiarius than the magical healers. Maintaining one's own well-being through magical means is near impossible, as spells of sustenance appear to decay and age those who rely on them excessively. We begin in the midst of the mist and veils that shroud Villiarius. The people of Gallo, despite the constant hardships, strive to celebrate the few holidays that exist. You find yourselves, one by one, arriving in the village of Foragorn. Nestled within the borders of Gallo, Foragorn is a town with eerie ambience, narrow streets winding through darkened buildings that seem to lean over the pedestrians with a sense of foreboding. The air is heavy with the scent of dampness and decay. The townsfolk move about with cautious steps, their eyes constantly darting to the shadows that linger in every corner. Drawn by fate and dark mysteries that surround them, you witness preparations for the hunt of the waning moon. The monthly celebration in Foragorn provides a rare opportunity for the townsfolk to stock up on meat and other goods from outside the safety of the town walls. Lanterns illuminate the central square, casting eerie, flickering lights that dance with the shadows. The townspeople gather, their faces a mix of weariness and a faint hope, as they exchange weary glances whilst awaiting the start of the festivities. It is in this sinister backdrop that you, the party members, paths will converge, as you embark on a treacherous journey, your destinies intertwined by the shadows of Villiarius. We are going to roll a dice and see who is going to arrive first. It will be my good friend, the peckish fox, playing Sebastian.
When you see Sebastian, you look at him and go, "Is his hair on fire? No. Is it just light? I'm sure it's some sort of like weird trick of the light or something." Relatively pale skin for what you would expect to see from somebody of his stature. Sort of about 5'8", relatively muscular build. Although if you look really hard, you may be able to see two stumps, one on either side of his forehead, that have been sort of like, almost as if look like they've been cut and shaved, potentially horns. Who knows? You may need to ask about that later. He's wearing very run-of-the-mill clothes. Nothing too fancy. Nothing that would make him stand out. A dark tan shirt, some loose-fitting trousers, maybe green, maybe black, you're not sure, in the dark of the light. And just some comfortable walking boots. Looking around, not entirely sure what he's meant to be doing. Maybe looking a little out of sorts. Sees some nice-looking people. Walks over to them. Just as he gets to them, he decides to walk past. Not entirely sure how they would feel looking about him and his attire and appearance.
So, you are the first to arrive here. As you arrive, as mentioned before, you see people kind of moving carts and big barrows of goods and things being shifted around a little bit around the village to try and make a bit of room. What would your character be looking to do here in Foragorn? Would they be looking to become part of the festivities? Maybe they've heard of the hunt? Would they perhaps just be passing through on their way to another location? Or perhaps
He's definitely
a rest stop?
He's definitely a man of culture. Hearing upon the festivities, he wants to not necessarily get involved, but more observe from a safe distance. Learn as much as he can without actually being a part of. So he will definitely be looking for somewhere to sleep, somewhere safe. Being very, very well travelled, he knows how nice a warm, dry, safe bed will be.
Did you say you had a hood over, or are you
Yeah.
do have
Yeah,
a
he's got his hood up at the moment, so you're not entirely sure if you can see the stumps, if you can see the hair. It may be just some weird hairstyle, perhaps.
That's
Who
fine.
knows?
That's fine. Why don't you go ahead and make me a perception check, good sir?
Oh, yes. Let me go to the skills tab. And can I just click on?
Just double click the dice.
Nice.
Where it says the modifier. On your
That one.
That's it. Cool. So on a 4, it's just to you looks to be just a busy few streets, and you suddenly feel a firm hand on your shoulder, almost making you jump out of your skin a little bit. A large metal hand just kind of clomped down on your shoulder.
Very slowly, I turn around, and as I'm rotating my body, everything will stiffen up, ready to draw. Having quite the military background and upbringing, I'm prepared for a fight if I need to. I know how to defend myself.
As you turn around, you see a very large figure in a very heavy suit of armour. This figure stands at just shy of 8 foot tall, and if I said to you his arms were the size of your thighs, I would be underestimating quite how thick this individual is. He's got a helmet on that completely covers his face. And because of where it is, you can't see his eyes, you can't see anything. You can't see where he's looking, if he's looking in your eyes, if he's looking on your person, what he's looking at. You hear his voice. I'm assuming you've just got into town, sir.
I mean, yes. How can I help you?
It is a fine thing indeed to see another soldier in arms.
I will nod my head, but still trying to keep as much eye contact as I can, staring into his eye slits, but using my peripherals to kind of just like see if there are any movements at all that would depict that he's going to attack me. I'm going to be ready.
You can make me an insight check if you like.
Sure. That is this one.
15. On a 15, you look this guy over, and obviously he's made you jump. He's kind of half snuck up on you as well. But as you're reading his body language, you're like looking him over. One, he's probably almost... How tall are you?
Like 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, so he's nearly twice the size of you, quite literally both width and breadth.
Yep.
If he wanted to hurt you, he would have done so already. And you kind of realise that the heavy-handedness was incidental, not intentional. It was more a case of, I want this person's attention, but poof, I've got a big hand.
More clumsy than malicious.
Yeah, a little bit more clumsy than... And you kind of feel a bit more at ease, especially when he addresses you like a soldier. I wonder if somebody who is well-travelled might be short a coin or two.
I mean, I would never say no to a job.
Very well. I may have something for you. The Baron himself is currently recruiting. And it may be just yourself that he requires. Follow me.
As a follow, one of the things I would like to ask is, are we talking a freelancing thing, or are we looking for more permanent, as I don't intend to stay too long? I cannot guarantee where my travels will take me. So I do not know if I need to get a one and done job, as you say.
Oh, this job should take you no more than an evening.
Okay, leads the way.
And he leads you from the sort of town square and down towards this large building here. As you arrive, you realise the monumental size of this building in comparison to the houses around it. Like, the houses are fairly tall. These houses are sort of 15, 20 feet tall. They're quite narrow, quite built in close together as well. However, this one's much broader, much higher up. The building itself is about 25, 30 foot tall. It's Whereas the houses around it are made of mortar bricks, like the cheaper style bricking you can get. This one
Hmm.
is made of like almost marble type material. Um, it is definitely a place of someone of importance. Um, though it is still relatively modest to its surroundings. The decorations on the outside sort of tend to match the rest of the village. He has a garden patch that clearly people have been farming from, and things like that. So whoever lives here is very, very much a people person for the most part. This individual turns to you and he says, "By the way, I did not introduce myself. My name is Captain Axel."
Bonjour. Well met, as they say in what's the name of the language? I mean, I know it's common, but what would it be referred to in this world?
It would just be referred to as common.
Okay, cool. But well met. My name is Sebastian. That is what I go by in your tongue, anyway.
He holds out his hand, and if you take it, he will shake it.
They do the
As
whole grasping the
Yeah,
forearm
okay.
style
So
shake.
you go to grasp his forearm. You can just about touch either side of his forearm with the edge of your pinky and the end of your thumb, whereas
Yeah.
his kind of almost wraps all the way around, touching his own knuckles, kind of thing. He's a big guy.
He will feel that there is some strength to that to show
Mm.
that there is a strength of character,
Yeah,
but I'm not trying to over squeeze. It's more of
yeah.
a
It's a
soldier to
firm
soldier
gesture.
respect thing.
Yeah. He nods as he sort of turns and goes to walk away. He sort of mentions to you to wait here, and the Baron will be with you very, very shortly.
Merci. And I'll sort of stand there, try and get my back to a wall of some sort, and just have my hands behind my back, standing at ease, awaiting being called.
Next up, we have Maniac playing Celine.
Well, Celine is a lady standing around 6'3" in height with scarlet red eyes, short blonde hair that is one side tied into a ponytail on the left hand side. She
Mm-hmm.
wears a reddish outfit with a vest and a rather larger coat that seems to be a mixture between a dress and a set of armor.
Mm-hmm.
She has what seems to be a one of those types of I forgot what they're called, but it's like a skirt, but it's like also metal. It's like like whenever you have like armor that's like put inside different types
Oh,
of pieces.
yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure it's called a dress piece.
Yeah, she has like one of those. She's wearing uh she also has what seems to be like a red ribbon attached to her small little hat that takes up the most of her head besides her hair.
Mm-hmm.
On closer inspection, someone might notice that she has what seems to be a strange pair of wings that aren't really resemble that of normal wings, but instead a ornate semblance of different gems that are in a sporadic. Each of the gems have a different color tied to them,
Okay.
as she is seems to be walking around trying to get to know the local people and things of that nature.
And what, pray tell me, is Celine doing here in Thorogorn? What is she looking for? What does she want to do or achieve here?
Well, she would probably want to figure out what exactly people might need help with, or trying to find herself some entertainment.
Very well. So as you come in, you sort of enter in through the village. You notice like the farmland's empty. You can sort of look up and down the streets. You notice it's a little bit unusually quiet for a village. Bearing in mind it's still sort of daylight. It's sort of that sort of evening time, early evening time. There is a bit of mist and fog on the ground, but you know it's still bright enough to see the day. And as you enter into the centre of town, you can see that the market is starting to finish being set up. Seems like a night market is about to take place. And you can see there are a few people putting some very basic weaponry out. There is some very basic armours going on show for sale. There's a couple of people selling kits of like different bits and pieces, like healing kits, wound kits, those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
And as you are looking around, Celine, you get approached by a rather elderly looking gentleman. He's very gaunt, incredibly skinny. Oh, he's about average height, about 5'5". He's human in nature. He's got this large, white, scraggly beard. His hair's a bit sort of a mess. He wears a large straw hat, and he's carries a bit of straw round in his teeth. And as you sort of walk past him, he looks up at you, and you do notice him, and he's got one eye that is considerably larger than the other. Why, you're new in town. I've not seen you around here before.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you. The name's Celine.
Pleasure to meet you too. And I need to remember my characters' names.
Oh, what's a character?
Oh Christ, where's it gone? I've lost my NPC list. How can I lose my NPC list? This is madness. No.
Definitely didn't nearly choke on my ginger beer then.
I saw that. I chose to sort of. There it is. There it is. He says, "My name's McCaster. McCaster Corkel. At your service, my lady."
Ah,
I would.
well, it's a pleasure to meet you, McCaster, as they extend their hand.
He extends his, and you can see his hands are quite bony. The skin is very thin. He is definitely an elderly man who has worked.
Nice. Well, my goal is to become a great hero, like the ones I read in the storybooks.
A great hero?
Mhm.
You'll more than likely end up dead. I hope you know that.
I don't die. At least not easy. It's usually the other people who end up broken.
Well, I do wish you the best in your endeavor, but perhaps starting small might be a fine way to start an adventure.
Well, what do you recommend, Grandpa?
Grandpa, if only I'd love a couple of grandkids. Unfortunately, my wife and I, we never bore our own. If you follow me, I have a dear friend who could use a bit of help.
Sure. Well, it's never too late to buy children.
Unfortunately, that is generally frowned upon, my friend, and I wouldn't recommend it. Come on. And he leads you from kind of, so where you are in town, you sort of get to this little marketplace here. They sort of lead you the very, very long way around, almost as if he doesn't want to be seen by people with you. And as you pass by this little bit here, actually, you do notice there is what looks to be some kind of tavern or bar that is open here. You can smell there is like fresh soup. That warm bread smell is coming out of the building, and it is really quite a pleasant smell. Though it doesn't seem overly busy at the moment. As he finishes walking you round, bearing in mind this overall walk will take you probably about 45 minutes total. For a 10-minute walk that would have been a 10-minute walk around the corner. And again, you get to this very, very large building. And on the outside, you can see an individual stood with his hands behind his back, at ease, back against the wall, seemingly minding his own business. And you hear Macaster turn around and say, "Well, dang it! Looks like I wasn't the first one here."
You'll see a very small smirk, just corner of my cheek, the corner of my mouth rise up a little bit.
Well, this is where we part ways for now, but I'll tell you that, well, I'll see you soon. And he kind of just walks off.
Bye-bye.
Do you two just ignore each other, or?
So, I will walk over, being the polite gentleman that I am, trying to, keep the ways that my mother taught me. I'll put my feet together, make a sort of almost like a clicking sound. As I put my foot down, my hand is out, extended, ready to shake yours, and I say, "Bonne nuit, madame. My name is Sebastian."
Oh, hi, Sebastian. The name is Celine.
Celine.
Pleasure to meet you. As she grabs you by the arm and rapidly shakes you.
Ah, très bon, très bon. It is a pleasure to meet you too. I assume by your accent you are not local from here either?
No, I'm not from here. I used to be part of a traveling circus, I guess you could say.
Ah, you are a performer? Ah, très bon. You will have to show me something that you did back in the day, eh?
Yeah, I can show you myself lighting up some torches right now and start juggling them if you want to see.
Wait, if you can do that, and I'll take a step back and stand back with my hands behind my back, ready to watch you perform.
Celine will start to giggle as she pulls out some torches as she lights them on fire, and she starts to juggle them just to show off her skills.
Can you make me a performance check?
Sure. Do I just click the word performance?
Double click where the modifier is on your skills.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much your basic performance. You're not doing anything too flourished with it, but yeah, you know, you're putting on a good show.
A polite round of applause as you are doing it. You know, sort of like the très bon, très bon.
Well, what about you?
Unfortunately, I cannot do anything that exciting. I am, what do you call, what is the word? And then you'll hear me speak in a language that you may know or may not. It's, if you do know it, it's Abyssal. And do you know Abyssal?
I look over at my languages. I do indeed know Abyssal.
Perfect. In that case, I will. In Abyssal, you hear me say soldier or bodyguard. And as I say that, is there like a change in your facial reactions or anything?
Yeah. Her smile becomes a grin that's ear to ear. He says in Abyssal, "Ha ha ha! Well, I am a hero."
So I will respond to you as like, wait, hold on a minute. How do you know Abyssal?
Well, I learned it over inside the circus.
Oh my god. Well, fantastic. This is great. I've been having to speak this pish common language that is just horrendous on my tongue.
Can I just say, this is one horrifying circus if their base language is Abyssal.
I mean, it could be horrible to you, but not to the people that they perform to.
I'm more worried about who they're performing to if that's their main language.
Yeah, that's also true.
But we will find more about that later.
So just quickly switching back into common, I'm like, maybe I think it is better if we stick to the common tongue.
Ooh, should I speak somewhat like you, where I much can to put on an accent like mon ami?
I mean, this is just the accent that I speak in when I am speaking common. I get a bit, and then I can't help talking in this accent when I'm speaking in Abyssal. It's just how I was taught to speak, I guess. But yes, I think it is better if we stick to the common tongue.
That's true. We don't want to make people, burn the pitchfork. Crucify the demon.
Oh wait, I think that is best. Yes.
So we are going to cut away from you guys for a minute. Klaus, Vintage Noir.
Yes, sir.
What are you coming to Foragorn for?
Klaus is kind of just roaming the streets, looking from side to side, and just almost as trying to get a read on every single person he sees. Almost a little out of place and confused, as if he doesn't know where he is or what's going on or anything like that, as he taking the time to try to soak in and get some semblance of bearing.
I'm assuming you've got all your medical supplies with you.
Correct. They're hanging off the side of his hips.
So, what does Klaus look like?
So, this is subject to change because art is still coming. Klaus is about 5'11", 6 foot, human-looking male. He has medium, shaggy, long hair that's a nice blonde, but something that catches your eye is a front right part has a very distinct white streak through it. He has these pair of spectacles or glasses that he has and sits high up on his face and really frames his face away. As he walks around, he almost has like this scowl on his face and just disdain of everything going on. And he wears a nice blouse shirt, kind of with a high collar and a really nice put together vest, and some. The shirt has really long sleeves that have a button at the end with some with just a link through it, and on his waistline through one side he has a bone saw that hangs there. On the other, it looks like a thick leather casing.
Okay.
And just some simple shoes and simple trousers.
Okay. Okay. So, as you start walking through Thorogon, you see a rather hysterical woman coming charging towards you. She is dressed in an all beige gown. It's got it's got kind of weaves in it and like decorations in it and that kind of thing. And it looks quite fancy. It is quite clearly more upper class than the majority of people around here. And she comes charging towards you. She is moving with purpose. And as she comes up to you, she goes, "Oh, finally! I don't know where you've been. My dear boy is in dire need of your assistance, and here you are flouting about in the market square."
I'm sorry, miss, do I know you?
Well, I should certainly hope you would know Lady... And I need to get my character NPC list names up. I should certainly hope you know Lady Olga of Foragorn, the Baron's wife. My God, did your company, did your organisation not tell you anything of why you are here? Come on! And she kind of just grabs you by the scruff and starts to drag and march you down the street like a mother telling a toddler off.
As she goes to do that, you see him take a breath in real quick and goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry, my Farline. Of course, just after you. Let's go."
And she drags you all the way to the mansion. And as she gets you there, you see our other friends waiting outside. You see Sebastian, and you see Celine waiting outside as well.
Is Selena actively juggling fire at this moment?
At the moment you come, yes.
I'm going a wide berth around.
As you are walking by, Celine will see you and she'll wave intermittent, throwing the fire of the torches.
Just started doing it one-handed.
Yeah.
So, at this moment, Lady Olga will sort of position you in front of the doorway. Like, she'll drag you to the doorway, the entrance, and she'll sort of turn to you and go, "Right, wait there whilst I go and find my husband." And
What's Fraulein?
She's really irate. Like she is. Oh, she is the definition of a Renaissance era Karen, if there is one. As you're standing at the doorway, out the corner of your eye, you can probably see Sebastian kind of standing at ease, watching Celine juggling fire for entertainment.
So, gotcha. So, you two would notice as she steps in, the big smile he had and everything going on immediately just goes back to the scowl. He goes, it's uh, uh, hello, you two? Are you here for the child as well?
What child are you talking about?
Are we taking children now?
I mean, I don't know. The lady just grabbed me and said to wait here. Something about the child.
Hmm.
Just got here, and he just by this time he's looking at Celine and just like slowly leaning back away from the fire. Like,
Oh, you want to catch the fire? Gotcha. We'll toss it back and forth.
do you throw it at him?
No, she's gonna wait for your response before she throws it.
He looks terrified.
Oh, that means that you want to. That expression. That means you want to join in, right? Catch! Hurry!
Can I try to intercept the catch?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Make me an acrobatics check.
Sure thing. Acrobatics. 11.
I would say it's just enough for you to kind of like step in the way of the thing smacking Klaus in the face. But as you sort of go to grab it, you kind of fumble it and just it lands on the floor.
I'll bend down and pick it up and say, Madame, I do not think the gentleman is very excited about the flame. Perhaps he is more of an observer instead of a participant.
Oh, so they're like one of the people who like you put like an apple on their head, you start throwing things at them.
No, more like somebody sitting in the back row of the audience. Next to
I don't
the
know if there's a
exit.
difference.
Somebody without the spotlight on them.
I see. Well,
Does it look like my analogies getting through?
No, not at all.
I was
Not
just,
at all.
I was just about to say, Celine, can you make me a perception check?
Sure. Perception.
Depending on this roll, can I add one small thing?
Yeah. Yeah, so you start looking around for a spotlight, and you can't see anything that resembles a spotlight. And you're kind of feeling, now you probably feel a little bit foolish, because he's saying you can only perform if there's a spotlight on you, and there's like no spotlight.
Another small thing is, as you went to throw it, you see that he has his hand on his bone saw, and he is white-knuckled gripping it, like trying to restrain from pulling it.
Ooh. Wait, do you want to play tag?
And before we get into any kind of PvP here, last but by absolutely no mean least, we have one more character to introduce, Lucia Diabella.
Well, as Lucia approaches the town, she has a lot of conflicted feelings on her face. Finding herself in a foreign land in sudden new management she finds herself in. She stands quite short at only 5'3", definitely not someone that's had a life experience of combat, despite the saber that goes around her wrist, where her arms is black and covered in metal. Kind of unsure if it's just a piece of armor plate or something much more deeper than that. Her other arm has a shoulder plate, and it rests on top of a white blouse with a black ribbon tied around it. She has an eye patch and one solid yellow eye glowing from the other side. Her hair is beige with a sort of kind of lock of hair near the front left of her face, where her eye patch is covering. Oh, and yeah. kind of bit baggy pants, with stockings and black dress shoes. Definitely someone that emanates a bit of nobility, but yet finds himself in a place that, to her at least, isn't her home,
Nice.
or isn't part of her home.
I like it. So as you start to explore Foregon a little bit, you sort of walk up a couple of alleyways, perhaps you're looking for the tavern or looking for the markets. Either way doesn't really matter. You're sort of zigzagging through the streets. And every sort of couple of streets that you pass down, you see the same young lady watching you on the corner of every street. She appears to be in the region of 15, 16. She's wearing fairly plain looking clothing. It's mostly sort of this whitish dress with a little tie around the front. She's got sort of a little white hat with the bow that goes round the bonnet of it. And she seems to have a doll in her hand.
Lucy is kind of feeling already a little unnerved, being having someone watching her, especially someone that is of the age of one of their siblings. Granted, her little sister likes dolls. After a few moments of deliberation, standing still, being observed, she approaches the young girl. She before kind of leaning down at her. Excuse me, miss. I don't appreciate stalkers. Why are you following me?
Oh, that. Yeah, well, I'm doing a bit of a favour for my father, you see, and I thought you looked a bit more interesting than most folk round here.
I'm just not from here, that's all. You know, different towns, different cultures, different minds.
I'd never have guessed. My blimey,
Well,
do you know what? I was just thinking to myself, right? I was just thinking how you blend in so perfectly round here.
Lucia smiles, trying to best to keep up appearances, as she could definitely feel a little bit of a nerve being pinched already. Just getting here.
Look, you are not gonna lie, and I ain't gonna waste no time, right? My father, he's looking for talented individuals, right? And he sent me out to scout a little bit, and I saw you coming into the village. I thought I'd follow you around and see what you're about a little bit. And she sort of looks around and stops for a moment. She creates a set of dancing lights in her hand. I get the feeling that this isn't the first time you've seen this kind of trick. She extinguishes it after about 5 seconds.
It's not something that's not familiar to my family, but I am not the most particularly well skilled. I mean, compared to the big, kind of more capable men, gods, hopefully around here.
Yeah,
I'm merely more of a merchant type.
But the problem is, you see, that those that are around here, most of them know about what's going on, whereas you, they don't know you. And that's your biggest advantage. Come on, come with me. I'll introduce you to my father. He might even pay you some gold if you do a good job.
Well, family allowance, fortunately, wasn't enough for me. I guess I'll Best be on my way then with the ear. But don't try anything.
And
I may only have one eye, but it is a very perceptive eye.
as she starts walking down the streets, she's not even paying attention to where she's going. She's walking these streets as if there is a mental map in her head. And she's staring at this little doll. And the little doll is of a man in very much lumber gear, so sort of you can see he's got overalls on, he's got some kind of shirt on, he's got a tiny little axe in his hand in this doll, and he's got really long blonde hair, and she's pulled out like this little girl's hairbrush, and she's just brushing the hair of this doll, like repeatedly. She goes, "Don't worry, Lucius, we'll be home soon, my darling, and then we can have a nice tea party." Can you make me an insight check?
Alrighty. Let's see right here. That's a massive 3.
This is
Best
just
roll of my life.
This is just an older child playing with dolls for entertainment. There is nothing bad going on here whatsoever. So she takes you to the manor house. And as you get to the manor house, you see all the fumbling with the fire sticks. And she says, "Right, just wait here, Father will be out soon. You lot, you better clear that up as well, because if Father catches you with those, well, you set his house on fire and you know about it, that's all I'm saying." And again, she sort of pulls out this doll and you all hear her say, "Come on, Lucius, let's get you in and warm."
When she's out of earshot, I'll turn to Celine and I'll just quietly whisper, "What a strange child." But those who don't speak Abyssal will just hear some mumbling of a language you can't quite gather.
Klaus turns to you, and an Abyssal says, "You can say that again."
Ooh, yeah. Though
Man,
where I
am
come from,
no.
it's not that strange, to be honest, though.
Lucia's being the only one that apparently in this party that does not speak Abyssal. Kind of more rolls off her common tongue. Seems like I'm in land with also people I cannot speak to.
What do you mean, sorry?
Oh, it's nothing. You didn't hear anything.
I did. You said you cannot speak to us. Why is this?
I'm pretty sure you misheard me.
No, my hearing is pretty good.
I don't know, mate. Seems like your ear's a bit too big for your going good. I'm pretty sure that's effective.
Oh.
As you're doing this, Klaus would look over and then just start inspecting your face, and you hear him barely whispering, "All right, so it's not ocular necrosis. It's got to be what kind of damage? What kind of damage would cause that? That would be." See, is I have the eye patch, but the other one is perfectly fine. So, and just kind of muttering to himself.
Hi there, miss.
Hello there. Seems like this another character has well, you already been revealed towards me, but definitely the fire show is something I would not like to be involved in the case of this house burning down.
Wait, we're in a house?
No, you are waiting on the stairway that leads up to the entrance to the Baron's manor.
Yes, and that I don't think this is the safest place to have a fire show.
So, after a few moments, you in total, like, Sebastian, you've been here the longest, and you've only been here maybe 15-20 minutes tops. You see the doors, these big double teal-coloured doors swing open, and out steps a gentleman in all white robes, his face completely covered by a white veil. And he steps forward towards the party. And that is where we're going to take a very, very short break.
Interesting.
So, if you are watching on the stream, we will be back in 10-15 minutes. Do not go anywhere, because the party are about to find exactly what trouble they've got themselves into. Party, if you now is the time to go for your bio breaks, if you want to smoke, etc., etc., now is the time to do so.
Bless you.
So, welcome back, everyone. Apologies.
Hello.
Slightly extended break there, but we will bash this next scene out. So, as Lord Vermont comes out to greet you, he says, it seems that my friends have been rather successful in recruiting people.
Mm-hmm.
This
I got
is
brought here by Grandpa.
Yes. Acasta can be an interesting fellow.
Can I roll a check to understand why this veil thing is going on?
You can make me an insight check if you like.
Actually, I haven't been seeing the map this entire time.
What one?
Oh, is there like a map we're on?
So you got the village, you've got the scenery.
Yeah, I don't see any of them.
Are you looking on Foundry?
Fantasy Ground.
Fantasy Ground. Yes, I am looking on Fantasy Ground. But okay, they pop back up now.
There's the insight check.
Ooh.
21. On a 21, it's very unusual, especially for a lord, to keep himself veiled in this way. The lord himself, his body language is reading confidence, authority. There's no real fear in how he wants to approach you as characters. But it seems like there might be something under that veil, especially for a male person to be wearing this kind of veil is especially rare. So, he says, it seems my friends have been rather successful in finding assistance for my son. Sir, I do apologise for the way my wife treated you. I know you are not actually from the organisation that we were expecting. Nonetheless, you may be of use to us.
Is your son sick or something?
That is private and confidential.
Oh.
However, I will tell you that my son does require your aid for a different task.
Okie dokie.
Please, come on in. And he leads you into this very large manor.
Was it supposed to be like a big black box?
You should see your token there. You should see...
Tokens are there, yes. But everything else is black.
Yeah, it's a big. I'm seeing a big black box as well.
That's odd.
I can see a hallway now.
Oh, it might just be taking a little bit of time to load.
Yeah, is there a way
okay.
to turn the grid off a little bit or make it a little bit more transparent?
I clicked on something and it disappeared.
Aha, lovely, thank you. Yes, much better.
How do I get the map back?
Like that.
So if you hit minimize or whatever you hit, well, now mine froze.
Oh, thank you.
There should be it looks like a little bubble somewhere on the Foundry, and it has like an X and then some dots.
Yeah. Has it loaded for everyone now? Or is it being funky?
It's still black for me.
It's
It
loaded
does
for
take a
me.
while.
Okay. Must be a really big map.
It's not
It
that
is.
big.
Oh.
Anywho, I will have to look and see what I can do about that. He leads you down the hallway, and I will just grab your tokens. Actually, I can unlock token movement. You can just click and drag your tokens to move them.
How do I move the screen?
Middle mouse, click and
button.
hold.
Yeah.
Thank God, I've been zooming out and zooming back in.
Is there a way besides middle mouse because my middle mouse button's broken?
They should hold on. If I can remember how to hide this bit, I think if I do that, they used to be. I don't know if. So you can just move your token with up, down, left, and right as well if you've got your token selected, and use W, A, S, and D to move the map around.
Okay, that's very useful. Thank you.
I knew there's another way of doing it. So he leads you over to this table here, a rather large table with some rather large seating.
These are big chairs.
It's a big manor.
I can finally move. Whoa!
Sorry, I dragged you over.
I just loaded into the map and I just saw my token just speed away.
He sits down and he says,
Oh, I don't have a chair. I see how it is.
Oh, we can share one. Don't worry.
yeah, these chairs are very, very luxurious and large. They're more like small sofas, these chairs.
Madame, please take my chair, and I'll get up and just stand in between.
Thank you.
At
least I know some sort of accommodation.
Oh, I guess you don't want to share.
The reason I requested your assistance is, as you may be aware, tomorrow is the Festival of the Hunt. The Festival of the Hunt is something we do every month at the waning crescent moon when the wilds are at their safest. It gives a chance for warriors to prove their prowess in the field and hunt for sport and bring back the meat and goods that they find so that Foragon may continue to flourish in the way that we have been. Unfortunately, as Baron and my son has to undergo a rite of passage before his 19th birth year. He must successfully complete a hunt and bring back food and goods for the village. It is written that if he does not succeed in this, that he will relinquish his seat and will no longer be allowed the title of heir. And then it will go to the other royal families to decide who should take the seat. My son cannot fail me. He is a good lad, he is sweet, and I love him dearly. But combat is not exactly his forte. Can I get a perception check from everyone, please?
Sure.
Sure.
Yes. That starts with a P. I see my hands.
Are you sure?
I see his soul.
How do I see further than the soul?
It is very being.
You see the DM.
I see the DM. You see that you're in a game with 5 giants rolling rocks.
On a 10+, which is Klaus, Celine, and Lucia, you hear the sound of music coming from the stairs to your east. And coming down the stairs, you can see a young boy. Father, I'm terribly sorry. I'll put it away. as he stumbles and fumbles to put his lyre away. Come, boy, sit. Yes, father. And
If you don't mind me asking, you said that it was hunting, right? What exactly do you qualify as hunting? Because I know some people kind of quantify like fishing as a type of hunting, because you're like getting, fish.
The bigger the hunt, the better it will look. Unfortunately, we cannot afford for him to bring back any small game. It has to be something of an impressive feat. Any big meat will do, even if you manage to kill a bear or a boar, something of that kind, and bring it back. It should suffice. I know my boy wishes to do me proud, and this is where we require your help. I ask that you not only keep Polin safe, but assist him where needed, without being caught assisting him.
So basically rigging this game.
We are, in a matter of speaking, but I know Polin will make a fine leader.
I see. So you want us to give him a nudge in the direction. Gotcha.
He might not have the martial prowess of a warrior or a fighter, but my son is one of the wisest, most intelligent young men I have ever met.
Are you not just biased as the father? If that is the law of the land, should it not just be followed as opposed to rigged?
As his father, I am biased. As his baron, and the baron of my people, it is for me, and me alone, to judge whether he is fit. And I am telling you, he is fit and worthy to rule. But he is no combatant. And you hear from the stairs, no combatant?
Can I, hold his gaze and, really study him as he's giving me that response? Because I'd really quite like
The
to...
Lord.
Yeah, I want to know how much of this he is telling the truth and how much of this is just him being a father.
Yeah, sure. Make an insight check.
Lovely.
Who, could I turn around to see who was laughing?
Of course. So on a 13 insight, again, the Lord's demeanor is very, very telling. He is very confident. He is very forthcoming. He is not... There is no stutter. There is no attempt of deceit towards you, and there are no sort of signs like fidgeting or anything like that that says he would be feeding you a spinner's tail, as they say.
Okay, so it's he is saying this with the utmost belief that he thinks that his son is good to
Yes.
rule, and it's just an old tradition that is screwing things up.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
As you look round towards the stairs, very much in the darkness and concealing herself, can you do actually see her, but she's very, very much hiding herself away. You see Helga, the daughter.
Oh.
Oh, Polin, please don't die tomorrow. It would be such a tragedy. And you hear her father turn from this calm demeanor into this very, very strict parent. Helga, get upstairs and play with your dolls. This does not concern you. Yes, Daddy, as she skips away. Polin's gonna die. Polin's gonna die.
Say
Reminds
something
me
as
of this.
she goes up.
Sorry?
As she goes up the stairs, Klaus just kind of calls out. That might be the last thing you ever say to your brother.
Good.
Ooh.
He never says anything worth noting anyway.
Oof.
What a charming young lady.
She is challenging, but she also has her talents and her uses.
Mm-hmm. She reminds me of the kids over at the circus.
On that 13 insight, Sebastian, when he says this, you can tell he's saying it through gritted teeth as a father.
Sure.
With the least amount of sincerity possible.
Yeah. I give him that knowing nod as if to say, I completely understand.
So, I'm offering you each 25 gold pieces. Will that suffice for you? For this task?
How much, sorry?
25 gold pieces each.
And this is for the protection fee along with giving your son a little boost, correct?
That would be correct, yeah.
100 gold pieces total. How many days do you think the hunt is going to last for? And when is
The hunt will
his
begin,
19th?
The hunt will begin tomorrow. His
Mm-hmm.
19th birth year the day after, but the hunt only lasts for one night. Hence why we are so busy the last couple of days.
Forgive me, but what is your lineage? Are you human?
I am.
Oh, okay. I just want to know in case you can't see in the dark. Because you said the hunt is at night, so I wouldn't want your son injuring himself on something by not being able to see.
My son is more than capable of seeing in moonlight.
He's a magic user, I assume.
Is there a bonus for successfully completing this mission?
How much would you like?
I do not want to come across as though I am trying to, how do you say, give you a stiff one. I am just trying to make sure that we have the danger money as well, because if we are going to hunt, we are putting ourselves at risk. I appreciate we seem like adventurers, but if you're putting yourself out there and doing the violent work, it is always good to have something to look forward to keep incentivized.
Do you have
Especially
anything?
since this is going to be a very covert sort of ordeal.
Do you have anything that you might offer besides capital? Maybe something from your own personal armory?
Well, I do not have anything I can offer from my armories, as my armories are devoted to my guards. As you can imagine, things aren't exactly wealthy at the moment. But what I can offer you is free room and board at the Creaky Keg for as long as you remain in Forgorn. The owners are personal friends of mine.
That is more than acceptable. Thank you.
Does this place have a bath?
The Creaky Keg?
Yeah.
They have the warm tubs. The wash tubs.
Nice.
If that is all.
I do have a question.
Yes?
Why do you hide your face?
Kind of. You just see his kind of body tense up ever so slightly.
Kind of just leans forward.
I have my reasons. Klaus, I would like you to make me a medicine check, but I'm going to give you, not a medicine check, sorry, a perception check, but I'm going to give you advantage on this.
Ooh, it might be leprosy.
So to do advantage, do I just double click, or is there another way?
Underneath the chat box, you will see where it says ADV.
Got it. Click it there.
Click that, and then click the check that you want to roll.
Dang it! Oh well.
On an 11, you are so focused on the Lord that you're not really paying much attention to anything else going around the table.
If you don't mind me asking, you said that times has been somewhat hard. Is the crop yield this year not doing well?
Is the what, sorry?
Is the crop yield?
The crops keep our village fed. They're not for sale, it gets shared around to everyone that needs it. As I advised my son, if one does not have a people to protect, they have no need of someone to rule and to guide them.
Well, does your like settlement have a way of exports to earn money?
Have you seen the roads?
A little bit, but
Exporting is insanely dangerous and extremely expensive. We are better off being self-sufficient than trying to import or export anything. Occasionally we have the need, but if we can avoid it, we do.
I do have one question, if I may.
Of course.
What is the bare minimum acceptable success? What is our minimum goal, as it were, quantifiable?
Go into the woods, find big game, as I said before. Boars, bears, wolves, something that can prove strength.
Okay, so like a singular boar, or do we need to do like 5 boar, or
The more you get, the more Poland will be revered for it.
But do we not want to make this believable? I mean, if the boy is known for not being a fighter, then coming back with a great big brown bear as a kill is unbelievable, no?
It would raise some suspicions, you are right, and I have thought long and hard about this. However, it does not say that said animal may not be injured prior to its slaughter.
I see. Okay, so we are not breaking the rules, we are blurring the line.
Well,
if you do
well,
you know any people who actively hunt in these areas? Maybe you can give us the lay of the land. Maybe some maps or trails that creature go through.
there isn't really maps of the hunting grounds. Very few people go in there, even fewer come out. This is the only chance we get to get the majority of people back, but they daren't wander too far into the hunting grounds. There is one man, actually, that you could speak to. Whether or not he will share his secrets is another matter. Captain Axel. He kind of thinks for a minute as he looks around the room. He lives in those woods. His story is for him to tell, but he is a good man, and stay on the right side of him, and he can aid all of you through there.
I'm not
Is
really
this...
from. Oh,
Sorry,
you speak first.
Sorry, madam, I did not mean to interrupt. Is this the gentleman that was, let's just say, a walking mountain?
Yes. Yes, you could say that.
I believe we have already met.
He is my captain of the guard. You cannot miss him. He is a very large individual. If you seek him out, he normally does have his final drink in the creaky keg after a shift, so you will catch him there this evening.
Was that the Creaky Craig, did you say?
Creaky keg.
Cool, thank you.
Creaky keg.
Yep.
Could you give us a letter of introduction or something?
I've already spoken to this man. He knows who I am.
I will send word ahead as well.
Seems like you make friends faster than us here.
I will also send word ahead as well. I believe... I believe Macaster has already met one of you as well. The elderly gentleman, rather eccentric, straw hat, can't really miss.
Mm-hmm.
He is one of the co-owners of the Creaky Keg. So he knows that you are working for me. And has agreed to keep our little secrets. If you go there this evening, rest up, have a drink, have some food, get to know one another. You will need it tomorrow. Boy, you need to go and rest as he looks round at Poland. Go to your room. Yes, father. And you see him kind of hurry quite rapidly away.
Think these are acceptable terms for us to work for you?
I am glad to hear that. Please, look after my son.
Well, I can assure you have one of the best blades in the entire county looking after him. Lucia grins.
And are we doing payment upfront or upon completion?
Or are we doing half and half?
I will pay you up front. It is only fair. You may need supplies for tomorrow.
Danke.
And he gives each of you the 25 gold pieces.
Do you mind if I give you a thought that I had for how we might be able to go about things?
Of course.
What if we were to go to the forest right now, catch a hog, beat it within an inch of its life, tie it up, and then whenever your son has to go on his hunt, we untie up the boar, and then your son does the finishing blow, and then we just leave.
You would not want to go into those woods tonight. It will be dangerous enough tomorrow in the waning crescent moon when the forest is at its weakest.
Why go only at night?
The daytime is predators' time. The nighttime is when most of them are asleep and are hiding. And when I say predators, I don't mean your bears and wolves. No, they are nocturnal hunters.
You're talking about pedophiles. Well, wrong kind of predator.
Why are nocturnal hunters around during the daytime? I'm confused.
They are not. During the daytime, the predators that prowl are pure monsters. Pure monstrosities. Creatures that only horrors would speak of.
Oh.
I would not set foot in that forest during the daytime.
Do you have any documentation of these monstrosities or creatures that you classify as horrors that I can look at? Sounds cool.
Only stories. But should you dare enter them during the daytime, I'm sure you will find them. Unless they find you, of course. If you would excuse me, I do need to go and administer some medicine to my son. I will speak to you all, or rather, I will see you all tomorrow at the hunt.
Oh, by the way, I'm somewhat of a healer myself. I can aid you if your son has any diseases or ailments that might be afflicting them.
He is under the best physician in all of Gallo. I highly doubt that you have the capabilities to do it.
What sort of medicine are you giving him?
That is private and confidential.
I take it that he is going to be administered his medicine before he comes on the hunt.
He will.
Okay, that is good. I just wanted to make sure.
I will see.
Thank you for your time.
I will see you all tomorrow. You may show yourselves out as he heads up the stairs and disappears.
Madame, monsieur, let us go and get a drink, eh?
Yeah.
May as well know the people I'm working with.
Yeah.
I do need to make one stop along the way.
Anyone else getting like the feeling that these people are like vampires or something?
Vampires in this day and age? Preposterous.
I don't think they are vampiric in nature, but there is something going on between
Yeah, because
them.
only wanted to go out at night. Whenever they're in daytime, they had like their entire body covered head to toe.
Might I suggest that we continue this conversation outside
As
of their home?
Outside, probably? Yeah.
Sorry.
Fair enough.
I assume we're like walking down the hall and leaving as we're talking about this.
As we're walking, could I use my divine sense to see if I sense any undead?
You do not sense any undead. Oh, you do sense undead, actually. I completely forgot about that.
Oh.
Who was that sensing the undead? Sorry, was that Celine?
Yeah, what's Celine?
Madame, you are hesitating. Is everything okay?
Do I detect the direction?
About 5 feet from you.
I see. I'll lean over and smile as I say, it seems like some of us are keeping secrets. Don't worry, I have my own. Let us go! Adventure
Lucia
await!
looks between her and the and the man with the very fiery red head. She's already forgotten his name.
Sebastian.
Oh, I mean, like in character. I know.
Oh, right. Sure.
All good, all good, all good.
So, you guys head just a little bit south of where the manor is, and head to this nice big red building here, which is the Creaky Cave.
Does that happen to pass the night market you're talking about along the way? I just want to stop and just.
The night market's all the way over here. It's in the main village square, so you can go that way if you wish to.
Yeah, there's two things I just want to quickly pick up.
What's the time of day currently?
It's getting towards evening now.
Okie dokie.
I have to go get some things if we're going to go back out on the road. Would anyone care to accompany me?
I can come
May
if
as
you
well.
don't mind my presence.
Sure, let us go to the shops.
Sure, so you guys go to the market. As I said before, the market, you can see there is things like barbecued corn going on. There are roasted nuts that are being made. You can smell the occasional bit of meat, but there's really not very much of that being sold. Any gear being sold, like armor or weapons, if you look it over, it's all very mundane, very normal, everyday kind of weapons.
There's a couple of kids I want to try to get.
What are you looking for, Klaus?
Let me pull them up. It's because I think I only started with alchemist. I want to get all the kits I'm proficient with.
Yeah.
I think it's the other twos.
Oh, what, the poisonous kit and
The healer's one?
the healing
I
kit?
have a healer one.
Ah.
I start with the healer's kit. Let me check real quick. Well, fuck. Hold on. Herbalism and poisoner's kit is the two I need.
Herbalism is the other one, is it? Okay.
Yeah, that's the.
So you look around. You do find someone selling these kinds of things, but unfortunately, like the poisonous kit, the one is a really nice set. Like, it is bound in a purple velvet and leather case. It is all very nicely laid out, and sort of all the vials and everything else is encased and protected, and it's very fancy. And as you approach, you see this kind of this dwarvish looking fellow. He says, "Hi, how can I help you?"
Hello. I was wanting to get some kits to replace, and he unlatches the leather satchel that was at his side, and almost like an unfolding, like one of those folders that lays out over and over, it actually goes down his leg. And you see an entire healer's kit for the first section, and then a bunch of empty sections. And goes, I've want to replenish some of this that I've had to use and things like that. And I don't need the outside case. You're more welcome to host this because I have this thing. But I'm looking for the something like an herbalism kit, and potentially, depending on the things that will happen, is a more usually nefarious, but I can promise it won't be used for nefarious reasons. Kit, if you understand what I mean.
Of course I do. Scotland. I can tell you what. I can see you're in need, and I'm not one to steer away from driving some kind of bargain. Tell you what, are you in the hunt tomorrow?
Yes, I just got into town, but it seems like we're going to partake in it. I mean, why not while we are here?
There's a rare type of mushroom. I'm after a rare fungus. I'm looking for.
Pulls out a little journal for him to take notes.
It's called the myconosis fungi. Now, if you can find this, I will give you this kit and some extra supplies to go alongside it for free.
That sounds like a very good deal, but what if I need the kits during the hunt is the question.
I'll tell you what, I'll do you a deal in that case. If you want it for the hunt, you give me a 25 gold holding fee. If you return with my mushrooms, my fungus, I'll give you your 25 gold back. If, on the other hand, you don't return with it, then I will expect you to pay the full charge, which would be an extra 25 gold pieces.
seems that is acceptable. So just to make sure I understand, I give you the 25. I get the kids. When we go on the hunt, I make sure to get this mushroom. I bring it back. I get the money back.
That would be correct.
And of course, if I don't return, then I owe you more money. So
That would also be correct, yes.
this sounds like a good deal. I kind of look up to the other people. Do you guys? I don't do very much trading, so I don't know if you guys are more influential than this.
So what exactly is the deal?
So the marketer is offering to take a 25 gold piece holding deposit on the poisoner's kit in exchange for Klaus to bring him this particular mushroom, this myconisis. If he brings him the myconisis, then he will give Klaus his 25 gold pieces back. If Klaus, however, fails to deliver this myconisis, then Klaus will owe him 25 gold pieces.
I mean, it seems fine.
So the poisonous kit is 50 gold pieces.
Yes.
Do we know roughly if this is a good price for the kits? Or does it seem like we're getting shafted by...
You're not getting shafted on the kit. You do know that much, because just the materials alone to make the case surpass like 35 gold pieces.
Okay, so it's extremely fancy, like properly posh.
Yeah,
It's
put together in such a way that it's almost impossible to break.
Ah, I see.
What other
Go ahead.
what other wares do you sell besides just the kit? Do you have any like tents or stuff, or maybe some crowbars and things? Maybe we can get like a bundle deal to get like a, if we take a few other items off your hands, we can get like a price reduction.
If you want that sort of stuff, go and speak to Marty over there. He's got some very, very good deals going at the moment for your sort of your tools and wares and that sort of thing.
Well, do you have anything else on hand besides just the poisoner's kit that we can bundle together?
Well, I was going to ask about the herbalism kit. If I can bundle both of those, do the fee, and do it that way, because I kind of need both kits. Is there anything I could do?
I will throw in the herbalism kit for nothing. You're doing me a mighty favor going out in those woods. I wouldn't be seen dead in those woods. No, I tell a lie. I would be seen dead in those woods because I wouldn't survive the night. On top of that, I will supply you with some extra vials. And I will supply you with 1 pot of this. And he pulls out a little brass dish. This little brass dish is like a little pop dish. And can you go ahead and make a medicine check, Klaus?
Keep opening up my Internet Explorer 1 second. How would I add the D4 to this, by the way?
Just roll the D4 manually. Like, make the check and then roll the D4 on top. Not that you're probably going to need it. Hey, Potter. So, this is a healing salve. It is a particularly expensive type of medicine.
Oh, this is the salves they used to make all the time.
It may have been around for a fair while now, but still bloody hard to get hold of. I will give you that as well, on top of everything else.
Doctor, I know this thing used to be very common, so...
Yeah, not for and he sort of stops.
And as he's saying that, I'm putting out the 25 gold and like, putting it away.
It's just like, yeah, here's your money, I'm off, bye.
I am leaving the entire outside casing. Like, he takes the kits apart and leaves the casings on him, so he can resell them if he wants. Just the empty cases.
He's kind of smiling and he looks at you very curiously. Like the casing for the poisonous kit is where the majority of the cost is.
Yeah, and I just left it on the table. I don't need it.
So I will chuck those in your character sheet.
Thanks, sir.
So I haven't yet created the custom item of the healing salve, but the healing salve, rather than doing the 1d4 plus 1 on the medicine checks, if you use the healing salve, one pot of healing salve has 5 uses. It will do 2d4 plus 4.
Nice.
Which is huge at level 1. And you're one of the first parties to actually find a way of getting hold of this at level 1.
Seeing the casing being left on the side, I will pick up the casing and say, Mr. Klaus, I think it is a good idea if I look after the casing for you, eh?
If you are more than welcome to keep that casing, I have this thing, so you can do whatever you want with it.
Thank you.
You can even put your Magic the Gathering cards in it.
Wait.
What's a magic?
Oh,
Yeah. So, you were looking for, like, Celine, you were looking for, like, crowbars and tents and sort of that
Yeah.
kind of equipment. Okay. There is, like,
things that are
there is, like,
generally
a
good.
general stall.
Mhm.
He pointed over to Marty, and Marty is a fairly... He is an annoyingly chirpy individual. Where most people are quite glum or suspicious, this guy is quite happy to talk the ear off anyone. You can see, like, he's got the proper sales patter. Hey, sir, you over there, you look like you could use this handy crowbar as a bit of a shoehorn, you see. And he's sort of really trying to push his wares.
Hi, hey, are you Marty?
Oh, hello there. Yes, I'm Marty. How you doing? And as you get a bit closer, you see Marty has this very, very youthful-looking face, a little bit effeminate, dark brown hair, bright green eyes.
Mhm.
How can I help you? Perhaps I know just what a lady needs. How about a nice sequin dress? And he, like, from underneath the table, seemingly out of nowhere, pulls this gorgeous, like, white dress with gold sequins going down it.
Maybe, but I kind of need some survival gear at the moment.
Survival gear? I can do you some survival gear. Here you go. And he sort of starts pulling stuff out. Would you like a hammer? Maybe some pythons? You know, in case you need to set yourself up in a tree or on the side of a cliff. I don't know where your folks tend to travel. If not that, how about a hammock? Tents are a thing of the past. I'm telling you, they are clumsy. They take time to set up. But with a hammock, in 5 minutes you have a bed, and you can get to 2 and use the second as a shelter over your head. No, maybe not a hammock for you then. Well, I tell you what. How about an everlasting decanter of water?
How much is that? That sounds cool.
Well, this particular item is particularly valuable. And can you make me an insight check, please?
Sure. Insight to...
He's about to rip you off so bad.
Probably. Where is insight?
A natural 20.
Yeah, 21
Yep.
for total. But remember what I said about natural 20s on
Yeah,
skill checks
nice.
always being successes. But, however, on this point, when he says this is an everlasting decanter of water, it is a decanter full of water. It is just an extra large one.
I see. Well, sadly, I'm not really hurting on water at the moment. Though, if you got like a big stick, I can buy that from you.
A big stick? What kind of stick would you like? We've got oak, we've got mahogany, we even have, and you will not believe this one, we have sycamore.
Ooh.
And again, can you make me a nature check, please?
Sure.
It seems possible. Like he's got some really random, wonderful items on hand.
Can I join in here with you for a second?
Yeah, if you want to.
The one he says sycamore, can I do a nature check since I'm kind of trained?
Yeah, of course you can.
But, yeah. I'm mainly looking for like a really big stick, like taller than me big. Like, just like poke people from a
The
distance.
six he's
Or
put
poke
on.
things.
I mean, these sticks they're like 2-3 feet. Some of them. They're not massive. But on a 16, Klaus, you're kind of looking over Celine's shoulder, and as you're doing this, you're realizing this guy's just picking sticks up off the floor.
Klaus leads forward in here and goes, swindler. Basically, swindler.
Right.
Oh. I see. Probably should buy sticks from him.
I see you've caught me. Okay, fine. And he sort of puts his hands together. Can you make me a perception check, please, Klaus?
God damn it.
As you look this person in the eyes, you see his eyes shift from normal white and like the normal white with an iris into a pure black and yellow very quickly, and it's only like a blink of an eye. You seem to like to make deals.
Yeah, I like making deals. Deals are nice.
Upon hearing I like to make deals, I am storming between the two of you and I say, we do not need to make any more deals. Thank you very much.
But your friend requires traveling equipment.
Oh wait, it is transaction, not deals. We purchase items, we do not make deals. Thank you very much.
What are you offering?
I can find you whatever you would like.
No. Trust me, we do not need to make a deal.
That sounds really vague.
So, you are young adventurers, I can see that now. Let me properly introduce myself. I am Zaxxon Salamon. And it seems your friend caught a glimpse of my eyes. I am merely just trying to create a living on this mortal realm. There is not much fun to be had further down. And I would like my identity to remain a secret. And so I will find you what you need if you keep my secret.
Celine will giggle as she says, inside Inferno, oh, so you're one of those.
He responds in Inferno. Do not speak my common tongue.
What was the name of the devil, sorry?
Zaxxon.
Zaxxon Salamon.
Lovely, thank you.
As far as I'm concerned, you are just another merchant here.
Oh no, that's just copying it. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
That
Well-
is exactly the problem. I know you saw my eyes.
That's why I say you are just another merchant. Kind of looks over his glasses like,
Right.
yes,
up.
I'm just not gonna say shit.
Yeah. He sort of leans in. If you do not need any of my wares, perhaps I can offer you a bit of advice.
Oh, what's that?
Stay
Is it
out,
free?
Stay out of the underground.
Gotcha. Caves are bad.
If you should find the mines, do not enter. There is darkness throughout this land, and the deeper you go, the more darkness you will find.
I got a question for you. Is it fine if I call you... Do you want me to call you...
Call me Marty!
Okay, gotcha, Marty. But yeah, back to business. Do you have any tents for sale, Marty? Or,
Oh yes,
you know.
yes, tents, of course I have tents. How many do you require, sir? Madam, I am sorry.
it's fine. Yeah, I would need like a two-person tent. Maybe-
Two-person tent.
Yeah.
And he pulls out an extra large tent, puts it on the counter. Tell you what, that can be yours for 1 gold piece.
Oh, neat.
Like he's trying to make it look like it's costing you money.
Wait, the extra large, is that for 4? For 6 or for 2?
It's 2.
One is for 2.
Okay, I will have a second. I will have the other one if that is okay. If you have a second one spare.
Of course. Why wouldn't I? It's almost as if there's a sale on.
Perfect. Thank you, Marty.
Oh, Marty, you seem really knowledgeable about like this place as a whole. Is it possible we can like use some money to buy information about this place? I'm not exactly from around here.
What information would you like?
Well, you're very knowledgeable. How much info? What can I get for 5 gold?
Don't drink the water.
He sort of looks around, he goes, "Be wary-
Water is wet.
Be wary of the captain of the guard.
Oh,
Never trust a man who chooses to sleep where it's most dangerous."
do you know if why exactly we can't exactly trust him, or are you just gonna be vague?
The captain of the guard sleeps out in the woods where it is most dangerous. Only a madman would go somewhere there are creatures such as lycanthropes present.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Even I would dare not go within those woods in my truest form. I think that is quite enough business for today. I am sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but it looks like I need to go and visit the Merchants Guild and get some new stock in. I will be seeing you all very, very soon. I thank you. And for my last trick, and you see him pull out a small bead and throw it on the ground as a large plume of smoke starts to emanate from it.
As he pulls out the bead, I'm just gonna pull down my shirt and show him the tattoo of my dad's insignia.
Yeah, Celine will show her ring, which is the Rakdos signet, but I don't know exactly what the equivocal version would be in this place.
as he does, he takes note, but the smoke plume still continues.
Yes. Yeah.
And can I get a perception check from everyone, please?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Okie dokie.
Also, do you mind sending me what the name of that mushroom was again? I'm adding it to my notes.
Yeah. I'll send it to you in DMs. Mike needs.
Thanks,
So
sir.
we've got an 11 and 18 and 11 and a 16. Celine. The others can't really see through the smoke. It's quite thick smoke. But you kind of sort of can just about make out like a shadow in the smoke, and it seems like he's literally just frantically throwing everything in a briefcase.
Celine will see him frantically doing so and then attempt to help him.
Will you go away?
Oh, okay.
And you watch him, Selena, as he literally runs around the back of the building behind him, and just disappears.
That was an interesting trip. How about we go on to the tavern now? Ah, that relieves the sting in the lungs.
He seemed really fun.
As you guys head over to the tavern, you enter into the creaky keg. And the creaky keg is a rather cozy environment. It's very spacious. There's quite a few people in here tonight, but it's still quite spacious. You can see the other hunters. You see there are Goliaths in here. There are dwarves in here. There are elves, high elves of all different backgrounds and creeds and skills. And they're all here for the hunt tomorrow. And as you enter in, you can see sat in the corner is Macaster with a little piece of wood that he seems to be whittling. And as he does this, he looks up at you, gives you all a gentle nod, and allows you to continue your evening. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for partaking. I do hope you've had fun. I'm going to end the session there just because I know that Peckish does have to dash off very, very shortly. But if you have watched the stream, like, follow, share, all that good stuff.